In what comes as a massive development in the NCB probe into the drug link angle in Sushant's death case, sources have told India Today that actor Deepika Padukone's name has now cropped up in the NCB probe. Her name is the latest in line after other Bollywood actors including Sara Ali Khan, Shraddha Kapoor and Rajput Singh's name cropped up in the NCB probe. In a chat accessed by India Today between Deepika Padukone and her manager Karishma, it's revealed that Deepika sought hash. Following this, Karishma has been summoned for questioning. Not only Deepika, Sushant's co-star Shraddha Kapoor's name has also emerged in drug chats with the late actor's talent manager Jaya Saha. Jaya Saha's chat with Shraddha shows that she asked for CBD oil, to which Jaya said she will be sending it to her. Kangana Ranaut has targeted Deepika Padukone over her alleged drug link. In a tweet, Kangana said that the so-called high society, rich star children who claim to be classy and have a good upbringing ask their managers for drugs. Let's also get you the latest on the NCB probe. The Narcotics Control Bureau has clearly widened its investigation into the drug link case. Sushant's talent manager Jaya Saha, at the center of the NCB probe, has been summoned yet again today. Yesterday she was grilled for a marathon 4 hours. Even the CEO of Quant Talent Management Firm, the company for which Jaya Saha works, has been summoned by the NCB. In her grilling, Jaya told the NCB about a WhatsApp group on which top Bollywood actors had sought drugs. Apart from that, Jaya had admitted to the WhatsApp chats involving banned narcotics with celebs. Not only her, Rhea's ex-manager Shruti Modi too has been summoned for further questioning. So at this point, Jaya Saha could be summoned today as well. She's going to be interrogated once again. This after she gave details of how there were in fact several Bollywood celebrities who joined a WhatsApp chat in which the focus was on procuring drugs. Now, to in fact get more details on that, she will be summoned again. She's going to be questioned in greater detail by the NCB on this particular issue. In fact, her WhatsApp chats with celebrities is also under the scanner. There was also a chat with Shraddha Kapoor in which Shraddha reportedly asked Jaya for CBD oil. And it is after that that we've got information that Shraddha Kapoor, Sara Ali Khan, Rajput Singh, all of them could be summoned by the NCB this week. Let's break down for you exactly how this investigation has progressed so far and the Bollywood names that have emerged in the course of the investigation by the Narcotics Control Bureau. It started with Sushant Singh Rajput, and then you had Rhea Chakraborty, Sushant's girlfriend, also being brought into this investigation by the NCB. Now from there, you had Sushant's talent manager Jaya Saha and also Karishma, who is Jaya Saha's employee. She's also Deepika Padukone's manager. So Jaya Saha was summoned yesterday by the NCB. She's summoned today as well. From her, several links have emerged. That's Karishma, as I pointed out, Deepika's manager, and then directly to Deepika Padukone because her WhatsApp chats with Karishma have come to light. Then there's also Shraddha Kapoor because Shraddha Kapoor was in touch with Jaya Saha, Sushant's manager, where there was a conversation reportedly about CBD oil. From Rhea Chakraborty, here's the link that's emerged of Bollywood celebrities. Sara Ali Khan, who's been named by Rhea because Rhea claimed in her statement to the NCB that Sushant started consuming drugs with Sara Ali Khan on the sets of Kedarnath, and then Rajput Singh has also been named by Rhea Chakraborty. These two actresses were also named, in fact, by Sushant's boatman at the Pavna farmhouse. So the Sushant Singh Rajput death drug link probe is getting bigger by the day. Top Bollywood actresses are finding themselves at the center of the Narcotics Bureau probe, and Sara Ali Khan has been named by, in fact, Rhea Chakraborty for getting Sushant Singh Rajput hooked onto drugs, according to Rhea. And Shraddha Kapoor's name has also emerged. In fact, her WhatsApp chats with the late actor's talent manager Jaya Saha talking about CBD oil has added another twist to the investigation.
After Rhea Chakraborty, Sara Ali Khan and Shraddha Kapoor are in the drug net. As the Narcotics Bureau widens its probe into Sushant Singh Rajput's death and its link to drugs, Bollywood's dirty picture is becoming clearer. The first actress in the doc is Sara Ali Khan, who starred with Sushant Singh Rajput in her debut film Kedarnath, that released in 2018. Sara has been named by Rhea Chakraborty in a statement to the NCB. In her testimony, accessed exclusively by India Today, Rhea Chakraborty has virtually blamed Sara for Sushant's drug addiction. Rhea alleges Sushant got addicted to drugs during the shooting of Kedarnath. She claims the late actor used to smoke up earlier as well, but he took his first highest drug dose with Sara Ali Khan during the making of Kedarnath. Rhea has told the NCB everyone on the sets of Kedarnath would smoke marijuana.
Yes, Sushant used to smoke marijuana. और हाँ वो काफी रेगुलरली पीते थे, मुझसे मिलने से पहले से पीते थे. इनफैक्ट केदारनाथ की शूटिंग या उससे जरा सा पहले से उन्होंने शुरू किया था ये.
Not just Rhea, Sara was named in another NCB testimony. The boatman near Sushant's Pavna Lake house had also identified Sara Ali Khan. He claimed she would visit islands near the property and would party with Sushant Singh Rajput. Parties that would involve drugs and alcohol. Another Bollywood starlet who finds herself at the center of the drug storm is Shraddha Kapoor. Shraddha too has been named by the Pavna Lake House boatman. In fact, Sushant's bank statements reveal he spent over 40,000 rupees for a chichore party in March 2019. The NCB says drugs were used at this party too. Shraddha's link has also emerged to Jaya Saha, Sushant's talent manager, who now being probed for her links to Bollywood actors and drug dealers. The chat shows Shraddha allegedly asking for CBD oil. Jaya Saha allegedly was part of a WhatsApp group that had Bollywood superstars. The conversation in the group were mostly about drugs. In another chat accessed by India Today, a top female superstar identified as D and a 90s actress named K were also talking about mal and weed.
The new link to SSR dead drug mystery is now Jaya Saha. She was questioned over 4 hours today regarding her links with top Bollywood stars and drug peddlers. NCB officials grilled Jaya Saha regarding Tilsit Town parties and peddler who would supply hashish and weed to her.
Sara, Shraddha, Rakul Preet and designer Simone Kambata will now be summoned by the NCB. Their grilling is likely to happen later this week. But the question is, will more big names from the film industry emerge? With Arvind Oja and Munish Pandey, Bureau Report, India Today.
And moving on, the 14-day judicial custody of Rhea Chakraborty in the drug angle case related to Sushant Singh Rajput's death ends today. The actor who is the prime accused in the case will be virtually produced in a court. Rhea is currently lodged in the Baikola jail after her bail plea was rejected last week. Apart from Rhea, the judicial custody of her brother Shoik and Sushant Singh Rajput's househelp Dipesh Sawant is also ending today. Sources said that the NCB had yesterday filed an application before the Sessions Court to seek Shoik and Dipesh's custody. The NCB argued that Shoik was involved in procuring drugs for Sushant Singh Rajput. Remember, Rhea had earlier confessed to the NCB that she was sourcing drugs for SSR. However, she's maintained that she never consumed the drugs herself. Over to another story that we're tracking this morning. After actor Payal Ghosh pressed sexual assault charges against filmmaker Anurag Kashyap, the allegations have divided Bollywood. While a few have chosen to back complainant Payal Ghosh, Kashyap's ex-wives have backed him, hailing him as the biggest feminist.
Finally ended up opening up his zip and tried to open my clothes and forcefully tried to push it into me.
After actor Payal Ghosh made these sensational charges against filmmaker Anurag Kashyap, the matter has reached Parliament. Actor and BJP MP Ravi Kishan raked up the prevalence of casting couch in the industry.
ये सौदेबाजी क्यों होती है? क्या अधिकार है कि मैं तुम्हारी लाइफ बना दूंगा? लेट्स एक कॉम्प्रोमाइज का सौदा. ये कब तक हमारे बेटियों के साथ होगा? सबके ये अत्याचार नहीं होगा, एक ऐसा कानून आए।
वो लड़की आके बात कर रही है, पायल घोष जो आके बात कर रही है, उनको ये सुनना चाहिए और अनुराग काश्यप को इस विषय को लेकर केस में पूरी तरह से मदद करनी चाहिए।
Payal Ghosh meanwhile is sticking to her charges.
मैंने जो बोला है बिल्कुल सही है और मेरे साथ है और मेरे साथ मेरा गणपति बप्पा है और मुझे किसी की जरूरत नहीं है।
Kangana Ranaut, in the news for taking on big industry names, has come out in support of Payal. Kashyap had earlier rubbished all the allegations, claiming it as a bid to silence him. Kashyap's former wives have spoken out too. Kalki Kekla hailed him as a champion of women, both on the screen and in real life. His first wife, Aarti Bajaj, called Payal's statements a cheap stunt. Kashyap also received support from the film fraternity. Taapsee Pannu took to Instagram, describing Kashyap as the biggest feminist she knows. Radhika Apte says Anurag always treated her as an equal and that she always felt secure in his presence. Rhea Chakraborty, meanwhile, is moving forward against Payal for allegedly dragging her name into the controversy. Bureau Report, India Today.
As the Kangana Ranaut versus Shiv Sena battle rages on, the Bombay High Court today will be hearing a plea filed by Kangana against the demolition of parts of her Pali Hill bungalow on September 9th. Remember, this was her office. Kangana called the demolition illegal and has sought 2 crore rupees as compensation from the BMC. Kangana claims she was targeted by the civic body for speaking up against the Uddhav government, and she even compared BMC to Babur's army. The Mumbai civic body has filed a counter petition in the High Court seeking a dismissal of Kangana's petition. BMC even asked the court to penalize Kangana for filing such a plea. Remember, the Bombay High Court in its scathing observation had slammed the BMC action and said that the works which are unauthorized have not come up overnight. Let's get you the latest political updates on the controversy over the farm reforms. The 8 suspended opposition Rajya Sabha MP staged an overnight dharna seeking a revocation of their suspension. The MPs are on a sit-in protest in the parliament premises since yesterday. Apart from seeking the revocation of their suspension, they also demanded the rollback of the contentious farm bills. This as 15 political parties, including the Congress, have written to the President seeking his intervention in blocking the farm bills from becoming a law. The parties claim that the farm bills were passed without their vote and that the government had no numbers. Bengal Chief Minister and TMC Chief Mamata Banerjee, meanwhile, has taken the fight against the centre to the streets of Bengal. She's leading a sit-in protest in Kolkata today against the farm bills and has also sought support from other parties. We're seeing farmers continuing their agitation. It's now entered the 2nd week. The Prime Minister himself has assured that these 3 bills will only secure their interest. But the farmers on the streets aren't fully convinced.
The controversial Farm Reforms Bill passed amid unprecedented scenes of chaos in Parliament. The bills will soon become law, but the protests by the farmers are far from over. On Monday, multiple farmer groups staged dharnas in various parts of the country seeking rollbacks of the bills. The protests that erupted in North Indian states of Punjab and Haryana are gaining strength despite Prime Minister Narendra Modi's reassurances. In Haryana's Jind, farmers were joined by Congress workers. The farm protesters marched onto the streets and demanded immediate rollback. The protests have spilled over to other parts of the country. Hundreds of farmers in Uttar Pradesh's Amroha hit the streets against farm bills. The farmers questioned the priorities of the government in passing law during a pandemic.
उन्होंने ये 3 काले अध्यादेश यहाँ लागू करने का काम किया है। इससे पूरे देश के किसान में आक्रोश है और पूरा देश का किसान संगठन एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे आ गया है।
In India's IT city, farmers marched on city roads, shouting anti-government slogans and described the bills as anti-farmer.
Sir, APMC ಕಾಯ್ದೆ ಭೂ ಸ್ವಾಧೀನ ಕಾಯ್ದೆಯನ್ನು ಇವನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಸರ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೀ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗ ಕಾಶಿ ಇದ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ನಾವೇನು ಇವ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದವ್ರದ್ದು ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಬಿಡ್ರತೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಸರ್.
While the protests continue, the question remains: will the government be able to pacify the farmers? Bureau Report, India Today.
Amidst the ongoing volatile situation along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh, the Indian Air Force's all-new Dassault Rafale fighter jets have begun to fly in the skies over the Ladakh region. These are the visuals on your screens of our most prime asset in the IAS armory soaring over the crystal blue skies of Leh. The Rafale pilots have flown the jets from Ambala to Ladakh to familiarize themselves with the operational environment. The IAF's current fleet of 5 Rafale fighters is fully operational and ready to undertake any mission.
The Rafales are tasked to intimidate and dominate, and that's exactly what the Rafales have been doing over Ladakh skies, dominating the airspace. The Rafales have been flying on their own and along with both the Mirage 2000s and their Mika missiles and the MiG-29 air superiority fighters. The message from the Indian Air Force is very clear. India wants peace through dialogue, but in case the adversary has any other plans, the Indian Air Force is ready to intimidate and dominate both offensive and defensive operations. With cameraman Kripal Singh in Leh, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Well, the IAF's Rafale squadron in Ambala is all set to get its first woman fighter pilot soon. About 10 women fighter pilots are undergoing training and will begin flying the Rafale soon, which are soaring above the Ladakh skies.
It's been 10 days since they were inducted, and India's Rafales are already spreading their wings over Ladakh. And now, with India's Rafale pilots putting their brand new warbirds through the paces near the standoff zone in the north, the all-male squadron is about to break a glass ceiling. In days from now, the Rafale squadron will welcome its first woman fighter pilot. While we cannot identify the young woman owing to operational sensitivities, we can confirm that she is currently undergoing conversion training to fly India's most modern fighter jet. The first woman Rafale pilot is among 10 active women fighter pilots in the Indian Air Force at this time. The first 3 to join service were Flight Lieutenant Avni Chaturvedi, Flight Lieutenant Bhavna Kant and Flight Lieutenant Mohana Singh, who made history in 2016. In the case in question, the first woman Rafale pilot is converting from her earlier stint flying MiG-21 fighters. The Indian Air Force's first 5 Rafale fighters were ceremonially inducted into the Golden Arrow Squadron on 9th September in Ambala. Since late August, the jets have flown familiarization sorties over Ladakh, even landing in Leh on occasion as part of an operational workup ahead of full operational readiness. More Rafales will be arriving in October and December, with all 36 on order to be inducted by late 2021. By that time, there could be even more women pilots in the squadron. As always, India Today wishes every pilot in the squadron happy landings and happy hunting. With Shivarur, Bureau Report, India Today.
Bangalore are off to a winning start in IPL 13. Virat Kohli's men beat Hyderabad by 10 runs. Chasing 164, Hyderabad were in control at 121 for 2 in 15 overs. Yuzvendra Chahal brought Bangalore back in the game with wickets of Johnny Bairstow and Vijay Shankar. Navdeep Saini then closed the game by picking up 2 wickets in the 18th over. Despite Bairstow's 43 balls 61, Hyderabad fell short by 10 runs and were bowled out for 153. With the bat, debutant Devdutt Padikkal and AB de Villiers scored 50s for the RCB. MS Dhoni's Chennai take on Rajasthan in match 4 of the Indian Premier League. Chennai started their campaign with a win. The men in yellow beat defending champions in the opener. Rituraj Gaikwad is available for selection for the Super Kings. Rajasthan, on the other hand, are without Joe Butler and Ben Stokes. Steve Smith will lead the Royals. Action now shifts to Sharjah, where the match starts at 7:30 tonight, Indian Standard Time.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.